Hi, it's Sarah here from Crafting and Stamping, and I'm back with another quick card. And for my quick card today, I'm using our new In Colours. These are the In Colours that are going from 2022 this year to 2024. So they're going to be around for a good while, and you can see that we've got a really lovely mix of colours. Now these two go well together as shades even. This one's called Starry Sky and this one Orchid Oasis. And this is the paper pack that you can get that has got all the In Colours in. And you can see that they've got two sides to them. So you can use a different pattern, 4 different patterns all together in all 5 colours. Now I'm actually going to pick out, I think I'm going to go with the dots. I want to keep this fairly simple. I've already created an A6 landscape card of Orchid Oasis, and I've created my card front. I've also created the insert. Now I get the card front and the insert and a little scrap left over from half a sheet, actually it's a bit less than half a sheet of A4. Basically I cut my A4 sheet at 5.5 inches, and that gives me, like I say, a card front, an insert and a scrap left over. And I'm going to use this scrap left over for writing my sentiment to mat onto the front. What we're going to do is pick out our pattern, like I say, in the In Colours, and then I'm going to cut this at 3/4 of an inch for each pattern. I'm actually going to cut 2 at once, just to save time while I'm showing you. But I wanted to show you all the patterns together. So this is at 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to cut it like that. And then these are 6 by 6, so I'm going to cut it at 3 inches, which will give 2. So we can actually do 2 cards with this. I'm just going to do 1 for now. Again, I'll cut 2 together. You just need to make sure that they're held quite tightly if you're cutting 2 together, or you can simply go through and cut 1 at a time. So pull that to one side and do that at 3 inches, like that. We'll keep those ones, and then I've just got 1 more to do, so 3/4 of an inch. That, and 3 inches there. So we've got the colours that we need now. So I'll just move these out of the way. We don't need these now. And let's see, we've got our strips now. So what I'm going to do is just arrange these. I think I quite like the dark one at that end. I'm wanting to keep that one for the middle. Actually, no, I'll not keep it for the middle. So what we're going to do is just arrange these, and I'm just going to simply glue them on, but I'm going to glue them at purposeful angles. So, and you can just choose which pattern you're wanting. You can mix and match them if you prefer. There we go, get the glue going. I've not stored it upside down, which is a big help with this. So I'm going to come in a little bit, and like I say, I'm going to put it at a purposeful angle. So if you just put it at a tiny angle, people don't know whether it's just wonky or whether it's meant to be like that. So if you put it very wonky, they know that it's supposed to be like that. So I'm going to do my 2 outer ones first, and we'll go a little bit more that way, and then I can pop my others in there over the top. You could go a bit wider with these if you wanted, but I quite like it as more like sort of the thinner strip, and I quite like to just overlap a little bit. So I'm going to go like that with that one. And like I say, I'm keeping all my patterns the same way around, but you can mix and match, or you could cut from other patterns too. Let's say we'll go more like that. There we are. So that is our card front. Like I say, I've kept this strip. This is going to be my sentiment strip, and I'm using the Happiness Abounds because I love these scripty sentiments that we've got here. So I'm going to use Happy Birthday, and I believe that this is clean, but I am just going to double check. Let's just, yes, it is clean. So right, so I'm going to grab my deluxe pad, which also needs a clean. This just helps me keep things straight and gives that little bit of a bit of cushioning to help with the photopolymer stamp. If you've got a photopolymer stamp, you really need that bit of cushioning underneath. So I'm going to pop that on. Actually, I was going to make this congratulations, but never mind. I've just picked up the Happy Birthday, so we'll go with that. And I've used the Orchid Oasis to match the card in the background, but you can see that because this is a juicy ink pad, it's actually quite a dark sentiment. Before I do that, while that's drying, I'm going to just wrap a bit of the Orchid Oasis glitter ribbon around this card front. That's why I've not stuck this down yet. So I'm just going to cut a piece of that, and we're going to, actually that's a long piece, never mind. Going to fasten that on the back, and I'm going to use tear and tape for doing that. You just want to make sure that it's a dry glue, not a wet glue. Wet glue and ribbon don't really work very well. So I'll have 2 little strips of that, and we'll fasten this around about centrally. If I'm going to do it centrally, I can use my grid paper to line that up, make sure that's central, and pop my sticky tape in place. Use my pokey tool to get the backing off, like that. And now we'll just secure one end. I'm going to need to trim a bit more of this off, and just make sure that it looks straight. There we are. And now I can stick this onto my card front. So this means that we're not using too many layers, not adding too much dimension so that it goes through the post better. But you can of course pop this up on dimensionals on the card front if you prefer. So I have that actually that way around. Entirely up to you which you prefer. Just scoot that over a little bit more that way. There we are. And fasten that down. So we just need to now trim a little bit of this strip off for the sentiment. So I'll make sure that there's about as much white space after the sentiment as there is before. And now I am going to use dimensionals for popping this up over the ribbon, and full-size ones will actually fit on this as long as you get them the right way around. So we'll take that off like that, and we'll just pop that up over. I'm going to stand up over so that I can see that it looks straight with the ribbon behind. If you want to, you can tie on a little bit more ribbon here if you want. And I'm just looking for my new dots. Here we go. So I'm going to use some of these new dots to just put along the base. So I want to start with my dark one here, because I want them in the same order as I've got them here. So I'm going to put the turquoise one, I'll put that about there. So in the middle is going the Parakeet Party. So there we are. And then I've got Sweet Sorbet. By putting the outer ones in and then the centre one, I can get these lined up evenly without having to do any measuring. So, and I just then need Orchid Oasis to go there. And that is our quick card for today. So just using the papers, the matte decorative dots. I have used a bit of ribbon, you could leave that off if you wanted. And like I said, if you want to, you can actually tie on a piece of the ribbon, either in a bow or simply in a knot, like that, and trim it. And there we've got our card. So I hope that you found that useful. I hope that that gives you an idea of a nice simple card that you can make with all of the new In Colors. Please do subscribe to my channel below so that you get to see a quick card every Monday, quick tip every Friday, and then other odd occasions in between. So for example, this Wednesday I will be doing my online workshop on Facebook, and I will post that as well to share with you following the event. So thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you again soon.